Let's talk about one of the Middle East's most intense rivalries, Iran versus Israel. You might be surprised, but before 1979, Iran and Israel were actually on pretty good terms. The Shah of Iran and Israel traded shared intelligence and even had embassies in each other's capitals. But everything changed in 1979 when Iran's Islamic Revolution swept the Shah out of power and brought Ayatollah Khomeini to the top. That's when the new regime turned hard against Israel, calling it a Zionist regime, refusing to recognize its existence, and championing the Palestinian cause. Now, at the core of the conflict today are a few big flashpoints. First, nuclear weapons. Iran says its nuclear program is just for peaceful energy. Israel doesn't buy it. Israel is convinced Iran wants to build a bomb, and that's an existential threat. That's why Israel lobbied hard against the Iran nuclear deal and, less publicly, ran sabotage missions inside Iran, targeting nuclear sites and scientists. Second, there's the whole proxy war thing. Iran supports groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza, groups that have fired thousands of rockets at Israel and carried out cross-border attacks. Israel sees these as terrorist organizations and responds with airstrikes, assassinations, basically whatever it takes to keep them in check. But it doesn't stop there. The two countries are basically locked in a spy versus spy game. Israel has launched hundreds of airstrikes in Syria to stop Iran from getting too close to its border. Meanwhile, Iran hits back through cyber attacks and by arming its proxies. There's a shadow war happening, everything from hacking power grids to targeting scientists. Recently, it's gotten even hotter. In 2020, Iran's top nuclear scientist was assassinated in Tehran. Iran blames Israel for that. During the latest Gaza conflicts, Iran openly supported Hamas, sending money and weapons. And then there's the growing drone and missile threat. Iran's arsenal is getting bigger and more advanced, so Israel is constantly upgrading its missile defense systems. This isn't just a regional grudge either. The Iran-Israel conflict complicates everything in Middle East diplomacy. The US, a close ally of Israel, is constantly trying to juggle peace deals and nuclear agreements. Gulf states like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, also not fans of Iran, are watching closely. Bottom line, Iran and Israel aren't fighting a direct war, but they're locked in a high-stakes rivalry ideology, proxy warfare, nuclear fears, and regional power plays. And as long as that continues, the risk of things boiling over is always there. If you want to understand the Middle East, you have to keep an eye on this conflict. Thanks for watching.